Welcome to my channel, The Proper Guidance. Today we are going to discuss about computer science, class 11, chapter number 10, that is tuples and dictionaries used in Python programming language. Okay, so let's start. Introduction to tuples. A tuple is an ordered sequence of elements of different data types such as integer, float, string, list, or even a tuple. Elements of a tuple are enclosed in parentheses, that is the round brackets, and separated by commas. Like list and string, elements of a tuple can be accessed using index values starting from 0. This is same as list or array. You can write like this, that indices. Here are the examples. Please go through with these examples. That tuple 1 is the tuple of integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 elements in tuple number 1, and this is written like this. That is, parenthesis is here to represent the elements of a tuple, tuple 1. Actually, tuple 1 is the name of the tuple. Okay, so tuple 1, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, these are the elements. Next tuple, that is tuple 2, is the tuple of mixed data type, that is economics. This is a string. 87, this is an integer. Accountancy, 89.6, this is floating point number. So we can write like this, tuple 2, and there is a parenthesis, and all these elements of this tuple are separated by commas. And when we use string in this tuple as an element, then we can quote it in single quotes, that is economics. This is a word, that is a collection of some characters, and this is a string. Okay, so this is the syntax how to write tuple. And here is another type of tuple. 3 is the tuple with the list as an element. Okay, dear students, those who are new to my channel, please go through the previous videos where I have already discussed about list in Python programming language. And here, when we are going to discuss about tuple, we here can see that in a tuple you can also use element as list or list as an element of the tuple. So tuple 3, that is 10, 20, 30, and this is the list. We know how to write down or represent a list. List is always, the elements of a list is represented in a square bracket or box bracket, whereas in tuple we use the parenthesis. Okay, so here is a short type of question also. So what is the difference between tuple and list? How to represent tuple and list in Python. So this is the basic concept and basic difference of list and tuple. Okay, and here is tuple 4 is a tuple with tuple as an element, and this is very vital, same as list, where we use that nested list concept was there in the previous chapter. Here we also get that in a tuple we can use a tuple as an element of another tuple. Here we can say that tuple 4 is the name of a tuple, and the elements are here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and separated by commas, and thereafter there is a first bracket, this is the parenthesis, and within the parenthesis there are 2 elements 10 and 20. So this portion, this marked portion, that is 10 and 20, this is a tuple. Why? Because this is enclosed in a parenthesis. If these 2 elements 10 and 20 are enclosed in a square bracket, then we can say that there is a list within the tuple. But here we can see that these 2 elements 10 and 20 are within in a parenthesis. That's why we can say that in a tuple there is another tuple as an element. Okay, so I think this concept is clear, that what are the data types we can use in a tuple. They may be integer, they may be floating point number, they may be in a mixed data type format. A list can also be an element, and tuple itself is an element of a tuple. Okay, so this concept is clear. After that, we can see here that if there is only a single element in a tuple, then the element should be followed by a comma. If we assign the value without comma, it is treated as integer. This is very important point, that when we assign something value without comma, it is treated as integer. Okay, it should be noted that a sequence without parenthesis is treated as tuple by default. Tuple 5 equals 20, and this is treated as integer. 20 is integer here. So type tuple 5. This line type tuple 5, 20, and tuple 5 is not a type of tuple, class int, it is treated as integer. Correct way of assigning single element to tuple. Tuple 5 is assigned a single element, that is tuple 5, 20, comma, element followed by comma, tuple 5, that is 20, type tuple 5, that is and tuple type. Sequence without parenthesis is treated as tuple by default. A sequence without parenthesis is treated as a tuple by default. Suppose SEQ equals to 1, 2, 3, comma separated elements, and type SEQ, that is tuple. Okay, so these are the way of representing various elements, various data types in a tuple in Python programming language. Students, please go through all those things very minutely. If there is any problem and query, you please feel free to ask me. And here we are following NCERT study material for basic concept of Python programming language. After explanation of this particular NCERT study material, we will go through about the Python programming language with the help of computer programming as well as board working also. First, you should go through this basic concept, because basic concept is very vital. Without this basic concept clearance, you cannot understand Python just as programming. Okay, so let's see what is the next topic. That is accessing elements in a tuple. How to access an element in a tuple. Elements of a tuple can be accessed in the same way as list or string. We have already discussed about list and string in our previous videos, so you can easily go through this section. That what is the technique? Same thing, tuple 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, initialize a tuple. Tuple 1 returns the first element of tuple. When I am writing like this, tuple 1, 0, that is, we can access element with the help of index. Just as in array, a list, or in a string, we can access each and every element of a tuple by using the index. By default, this is starting from 0, and here in the given tuple 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, there are 6 elements, right? So we will get 0 to 5 indices to access all the given elements. That is, when we are writing like this, tuple 1 index 0, it will return 2. When we have writing like this, tuple 1 index is 1, that is 4, for 2 that is 6, for 3 that is 8, for 4 that is 12, and for 5 it will return 12. Clear? And now there is one thing. Suppose you were writing like this, tuple 15, index you are giving like 15. Now see, in our given tuple, the number of elements is 6, and I am giving the index value as 15. That means index is out of range. That is, the given index is greater than the required number of elements given in that particular tuple. So it will return error. But which error? Error as index is out of range. Clear? Index error, tuple index out of range. An expression resulting in an integer index in tuple 1, 1 plus 4, returns first element from right. Okay, an integer index. Clear? And then returns first element from right. Okay, there is one thing. Suppose when there are 6 elements, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and you were asked to access the elements. It may be from left hand side or may be from right hand side. By default, we are accessing elements by giving the index like tuple 1, 0. It will give you the result from left hand side. But this is not mandatory always to access each and every element from left hand side. You may also access it from right hand side. Okay. Then we have to write down tuple 1 in index -1, and it will give the result 12, as well as when we are writing like this tuple 1 -2, it will give you 10. For -3, 8. For -6 index, it will give you 6, and for -5 and 6, you will get all those elements in that particular tuple. Clear? Okay. Now, another important topic or point, you can say, the tuple is immutable. Tuple is immutable data type. That is, it means that elements of a tuple cannot be changed after it has been created. After creation, you can't change it. So, what are the different types of things? I am just trying to tell you that in which case you will use list, tuple, or any other thing. It will depend on this feature. Tuple is immutable. When you have write down a program where anything you are giving is not for change, then you can use tuple, because tuple is immutable. An attempt to do this lead to an error. If someone will try to change the elements of a tuple, it will give you an error. Okay. Tuple 4 equals to 10, type error, tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay, so please go through all these types of examples. After that, here we are for tuple operations. First operation, concatenation. Python allows us to join tuples using concatenation operator depicted by symbol plus. We can also create a new tuple which contains the result of this concatenation operation. Tuple 1, here is some values 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Tuple 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And when we are concatenate tuple 1 plus tuple 2, we will get 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, write this same as list. Concatenation. And concatenation operator can also be used for extending an existing tuple. When we extend a tuple using concatenation, a new tuple is created, right? Tuple 6 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single element is appended to tuple 6. Tuple 6 equals to tuple 6 plus 6. Okay, and this is represented as a tuple. And when we concatenate these two, we will get tuple 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 6 elements. Okay, more than one elements are appended in same way. So please carry on all these things. And next point, that is repetition. Repetition operation is depicted by the symbol asterisk. It is used to repeat elements of a tuple. We can repeat the tuple elements. The repetition operator requires the first operand to be a tuple and the second operand to be an integer only. So tuple 1 equals to hello, comma, world. Tuple 3 asterisk 3. It will give you hello world, hello world, hello world. Tuple with single element, tuple 2, hello, and this thing. Okay, so these are the techniques to write down Python programming language. Next, membership. Membership, the name implies that the in operator checks if the element is present in the tuple. If present, it will return true, and otherwise it will return false. And the opposite thing is not in operator. What is this? Not in operator means whether it is not in the particular tuple. If not, then it will returns true. If the element is not present in the tuple, else it returns false. Just opposite. In operator and not in operator, the name implies that they are just opposite to each other. Okay. And then slicing. Like string and list, slicing can be applied to tuples also. Same thing, same concept. Please go through these examples. And then next, tuple methods and built-in functions. This is very important. I have already told for the previous chapters also, you have to go through this particular chart which is given here. Built-in functions and methods for tuples. For tuple, what other methods are followed in tuple? Len function, tuple method, you may say it function or methods, here we call it method. So, the name of the method, description and example. All those things are clearly discussed here. Please go through the entire chart. If there is any query, please feel free to ask me and clear it out. Okay. Next, tuple assignment. Assignment of a tuple is a useful feature in Python. It allows a tuple of variables on the left side of the assignment operator to be assigned respective values from a tuple on the right side. Okay. Same thing. The number of variables on the left side should be same as the number of elements in the tuple. The first element 10 is assigned to number 1 and the second element 20 is assigned to num2. That is, I am writing like this, num1, num2. This format clearly represents a tuple. Why? Because the elements are within a parenthesis. And when I am giving this values 10 and 20, this is clearly imposed that number 1, that is 10, and we are assigning 20 to number 2. Okay, so when we are printing like this, print num1, it will give the result 10, and print num2, it will give you 20. Okay, and there are so many examples. Please go through. If there is an expression on the right side, then first that expression is evaluated and finally the result is assigned to the tuple. Okay, and here is another concept, nested tuples. A tuple inside another tuple is called a nested tuple. Same thing like nested list. Please go through particular examples. Tuple handling. How to handle a tuple? Write a program to swap two numbers without using a temporary variable. Here is a program in Python programming language using this concept. See, first of all, num1, this is a variable, int input, enter the first number. Next, num2, int input, enter the second number. Print numbers before swapping, print first number, print second number. And next line, num1 num2 equals to num2 num1, because we are swapping these numbers. Num1 num2, this section, this is a tuple, num1 num2, because they are in a parenthesis. Same thing in the right hand side, we are assigning. So num2 is assigned in the variable num1 and num1 is assigned to the variable num2. After that, we are printing numbers after swapping, and we will get print first number num1 and print second number num2, and we will get the result as this output. You can do this in your computer. Okay, so next program, write a program to compute the area of a circumference of a circle using a function. Go through, and there are so many programs. You people just go through these programs. If there is any query, ask me. Introduction to dictionaries. What is dictionary? You know, the data type dictionary fall under mapping. It is a mapping between a set of keys and a set of values. There are a set of keys and set of values. The key value pair is called an item. Key value pair is called an item. A key is separated from its value by a colon, and consecutive items are separated by commas. So we can say in Python that comma plays a very important role, right? Every element is separated in commas most of the things. It may be in string, at least in tuple, as well as in this section also we are using two particular punctuation, that is one colon and the different thing is comma. So now we see how to create a dictionary. To create a dictionary, the items entered are separated by commas and enclosed in curly braces. Each item is a key value pair separated through colon. The keys in the dictionary must be unique and should be of any immutable data type, that is number, string or tuple. The values can be repeated and can be of any data type. Now we can see from here, dictionary 1 is an empty dictionary, created curly braces are used for dictionary. These lines are comment line, okay. This is not the part of a programming code. This is just for comment section for our inconvenience. So dictionary 1 equals to this one, curly braces is empty here. Dictionary 1, dictionary 2 is an empty dictionary created using built-in function. See here, dictionary 2 equals to dictionary and dictionary 2. Dictionary 3 is the dictionary that maps names of the students. This is this. Dictionary 3, see here, this is the ultimate line. This is the ultimate line. Dictionary 3, that is what? Dictionary 3, Mohan, this is in single quotes, colon is here, 95, comma. Now, what we have seen here, to create a dictionary, the items entered are separated by commas and enclosed in curly braces. Each item is a key value pair separated through colon. So, this particular section, Mohan colon 95, this is a element and this is a pair. Mohan and 95, this is a pair. Key and value is here. Ram 89, Suhail 92, and Sangeeta 85. All those things are pair. And now accessing items in a dictionary, how to access? We have already seen that the items of a sequence string list are accessed using a technique called indexing. The items of dictionary are accessed via the keys rather than via their relative position or indices. This is very vital point, that items are accessed the keys rather than via their relative position or indices. See here, dictionary 3 is equals to Mohan 95, Ram colon 89. So this is this thing. Dictionary 3, Ram 89. Key. This is the key. Key elements are Mohan, Ram, Sohail and Sangeeta. These are the keys element, and for these keys, particular keys, there is a specific value is here. For Mohan we get 95, for Ram we get 89, for Sohail we get 92, and for Sangeeta we will get 85, right? So this is the technique to use key element. Clear in dictionary concept. Now dictionaries are mutable. This is very vital point. This is mutable. That means you can change it. Dictionaries are mutable, which implies that the contents of the dictionary can be changed after it has been created. So students, when we are going to write down a program, we have to think something. What should I do? Which thing is taken? Either it would be a list or a dictionary. Then we have to think that whatever elements will be there, if they are mutable in nature, then we will opt for dictionary, and if they are not immutable for nature, then we will go for strings, either strings or list, okay, and or tuples. So these are the techniques how to think to write down a program. And here we are now in this concept, the dictionaries are mutable in nature. So dictionaries are mutable, which implies that contents of a dictionary can be changed after it has been created. Adding a new item, how to add? See here, here is an example, and this is the way of adding something, okay. And modifying an existing item, how to modify an existing item? The existing dictionary can be modified by just overwriting the key value pair. This is very easy to modify a dictionary item, okay. Go through dictionary operations. Here is also membership function. Membership function, operator in checks if the key is present in the dictionary and returns true, else it returns false. Not in, same thing, just opposite of in operator. Then Traversing a dictionary, we can access each item of the dictionary or traverse a dictionary using a for loop. Here is a for loop and we can traverse like this. For key value in dictionary dot items, print key, this thing. And dictionary methods and built-in functions. Wherever you get these types of chart, you should go through completely you should go through this particular chart, and you have to, I will not say that you will memorize, but you have to go through completely, and you have to in this functions in your memory, not memorize, but you have to know what are the functions and inbuilt methods are used for particular things. For dictionary, these methods are used, and here method names are here, and description is also here, and the examples are also here, very easy to understand. Please go through. I am not telling all these things because the video will be lengthy in nature. You will go through. First you download this thing, or you can pause my video and go through this particular thing, or you can download this NCERT study material and go through. Then manipulation, that is manipulating dictionaries. In this chapter we have learned how to create a dictionary and apply various methods to manipulate it. The following programs show the application of those manipulation methods on dictionaries. Create a dictionary, odd numbers between this thing on this dictionary. You have to display the keys, display the values, display the items, find the length, if the 7 is present or not, check it too. So here in this program, all those methods which are in this particular chart are used to make you sure that how to use these methods for writing a program. And this is your home task. You will go through completely. If there is any doubt, please comment me. I will clarify that one. I think I need not to clarify anything, because here is very beautiful program given and very beautifully discussed also, and all the comment sections are also helpful for you. Write a program to enter names of employees. This is another program. Please go through, and there are so many programs. Please go through all those programs. If any query, just ask me, and the chapter is completed. Students, I have already told you that I am just telling the basic concept of Python programming language. I am not here to discuss the programs elaborately in this particular video, because first of all I will clarify all those chapters, the introductory part, the theory portion. You will go through these well done examples are here. These are helpful for you, and you will go through all those things. After that, after completion of the study material, I will elaborately discuss about the Python programming, how to write down a programming language independently. All those classes will be followed after the completion of particular NCERT study material, because this is very important to prepare your syllabus according to NCERT, and you should follow the curriculum properly. And I think this study material is very helpful, and along with this you must follow some textbook, whatever it may be, any standard textbook which is available in market. You can take help from those books for programming language. But first, theory portion should be cleared. How to read and how to think. This is the first part for any programming language, not any programming language, but for any subject. First, you have to know how to think and how to understand that particular section. Okay, so for today's class, this is enough, and I think this class will be helpful for you. Next day, we will discuss about the next chapter. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.